Hey you, it's me, back for game week 3. As always here, I'm going to predict every score for the game week, getting at least 50% right and 50% left, to back up my decisions and possible transfers, wink wink, that I've possibly made. I feel like Villa and Everton will be a close game, where I feel like it might feel like I'm saying feel a lot, but I'm feeling that both teams will look like they're doing it a lot, but it will end 1-0, which I'm going for Everton to get that one goal. Hopefully Sigurdsson can actually do something. Please. Norwich-Chelsea could be a game that could end like 7-5 or something, with both teams looking fresh in attack, but then B-Tech defence letting them down. A lot of people being invited to the Pukki party, and let's hope his scoring isn't the same as his nationality and finish. This could be make or break for Chelsea, as if they don't get a result, there will be serious, capitalised question marks. So for that motive, I'm saying 3-2 to Chelsea. Brighton have started the season well, Southampton, not so much. But both teams have had promising signs, with the new boys making the difference for Brighton, where I'm also going with them making the difference in this game for a 2-1 win. Man United, where people were saying they're going to win the league, but then almost losing in the second game of the season. I expect them to comfortably beat a poor Palace. Oh, that kind of sounds like a one-star hotel I don't want to go to, the poor Palace, who don't look like scoring anytime soon, but aren't the worst defensively. So I'm going for 2-0. Both to Martial. Leicester have had 2 tough games, while Sheffield have already made a great start. I feel like this could actually be closer than most, with Leicester just getting that edge. Watford have not really looked the best at all, with West Ham showing signs, but not quite there yet. I'm saying, meaning that it's obviously going to be true, that this is the game the West Ham forwards put in a great performance and show what they can really do, with Haller scoring a brace for a 2-0 win. Liverpool in this game might be squeezing their Arsenal cheeks together, as I feel like this could go either way, and the first true test for both teams this season, after they were both the only 2 teams to win their first 2 games. So a close 3-2 to the home team is what I'm going for. Man City are just gonna score a lot, aren't they? We saw it against West Ham, they're gonna score 4 times this time, with Sterling scoring all 4 and no De Bruyne assists. As you can tell, this prediction is definitely not based off my team. If Pukki FC can score 3 against Newcastle, I feel like Spurs, with Son coming back, can score 4. Spurs managed to get 2 goals in 3 shots against Man City, so it is really likely to happen. And finally, Wolves, who looked very impressive even after their midweek games, who will definitely beat Burnley 2-0, with Dendoncker scoring 2 bicycle kicks from outside the box, and that would be stupendous. So there are my predictions for this week, and on to my team. But I have news. I had 2 free transfers, and I had them because I've used them. The players that were in my team that I'm getting in the bin are Perez and Wilson, and the 2 newest members to Nathan Bacon FC are Martial and Pukki. So my team is now this. So I'll go through my players, and when I get to them too, I will talk about why I made those transfers. So Ryan this week has Southampton at home, who have been lacking in front of goal, with their only goal this season coming from an Adrian assist. So I feel like Brighton can do their job of getting another clean sheet, which will be bloody marvellous, please and thank you. Trent is playing Arsenal at home. Some people think he could be dropped, and I hope to God he's not, as even though I don't think they are getting a clean sheet, surprise surprise, I think he could actually get some attacking returns again this game, with Arsenal's sometimes shaky defence. Digne, if fit, please be fit, plays Aston Villa away, who have scored in their first 2 games, but I think Everton could actually hold them out, making them have 3 clean sheets in 3. If he doesn't play, I hope Grealish scores 5. But if he doesn't play, I do have Holebas on the bench to cover him, as at least Holebas will definitely be playing, so that's okay. And then big brain call again, I'm going for Lundstram against Leicester over Holebas against West Ham, as I don't think either have any chance of a clean sheet, and I feel like it's more likely for Lundstram to get an attacking return right now, plus he kind of earned it after last week. Onto midfield, we have Salah. Against Arsenal, I'm not really expecting much from him, but I kind of would appreciate something. Anything to prove to me I shouldn't get Mane instead. Yes, Mo, that's a threat. Next is Sterling, 4 goals in 2 games so far, and is now playing the sometimes wibbly-wobbly Bournemouth defence. I'm feeling like he could get another couple of goals here, proving his worth early on. Then we have Sigurdsson. Still no returns from him, but hopefully he can finally do it against Villa. I'm feeling like as soon as they get their groove on, he has a very good chance of getting 3 points again for doing nothing. Or double figure haul, which will happen this week. Last midfielder and our first transfer is Anthony Martial. 2 goals in 2 now, and the main striker for Man United. He plays Crystal Palace at home, where I feel like he could do something again. And for me, a much better option than Perez right now, as even though Perez has an easier game against Sheffield, never mind, they actually beat Palace, but Perez hasn't been performing well himself to make me want to keep him, so he's in the bin, and Martial to get the win. in. On to my first forward and my last transfer, it's King Pukki. Yes, my knee is furiously jerking and it feels so good to have him. Chelsea is a hard fixture for Norwich, but not for Pukki. Another hat-trick easily incoming. Himself and his shooting has the one big thing in common. Nice finish. My second forward is King. Decided to keep him against Man City over Wilson, as I feel like if they're going to get any chance, it's probably going to be a penalty. So hopefully that will happen again. My final player, and again I'm sticking to him, he was very unfortunate not to play after a little knock, with a player in Chicha who played up front instead, ended up with a goal which would have been Haller. So this week against a weak Watford, it's finally Haller's time. And then finally, my captain pick, I have decided to go with Sterling, as I feel like he has a lot more chance than scoring against Salah, which I said the opposite last time, and look how that ended. So Sterling, just have it, please. And there we have it. That is my team going into game week 3. Apologies if this seems a little rushed. I am off to a festival this week, which is whilst all these games are actually going on. And yes, I do have a life. I do other things than talk to a camera by myself in a room. Oh. But my review will come shortly after the game week is finished. I wish you all the best for this week. Thanks for watching, and remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now.